Well, hi, kids. My name is Sherman, and Mr. Peabody got a hold of me as I was standing in my front yard and asked me to present the next video. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. He also told me to tell you to make sure you pay close attention to your teacher and the video. So, with no further ado, let's get going.
You are presently looking at Lesson 3, Google Slides, Creating an Interactive Nonlinear Show. Now, by interactive, we mean that people who use this presentation, such as yourself, will be able to jump around and solve some of the problems. And since it's nonlinear, meaning exactly that, it won't go all the way straight through from 1 to 4 or 5. It will be interactive or looping. And you'll look carefully at the picture we have here. Here is the first slide. This is the main menu, and you'll notice we have 1 through 4 questions, all of which are hyperlinked to 1, 2, 3, and 4. Our feeling is if you can do 4, you can do 24 or 44. So we don't want to slow you down. Now, over here we'll show you in a little bit, you can enter in your own questions. You don't have to use the ones that we have. You can design your own for all of these. Okay, well, let's see how this all comes together. You are presently looking at the example in the sorter view, which is located down here, this button. Now, this is the first slide, and you can tell we have the other 4. Okay, let's look at them and see exactly how they work. But before we do that, here's the question. You can type in whatever you like in there, and the answer is behind here. Let me slide this over so you can see there's the answer. Okay, now once we clicked on or created this, we'll show you how to do it. It's hyperlinked all the way back to the first one. Create on the first slide, and then copy and paste it on the other one so you don't have to redo it all the time. Okay, I'm going to click on View and Present. Oops, wrong one. We want to go to number 1 here and click on View and Present, and I'm going to click on number 1. Okay, number 1 says, which word in the sentence below is a pronoun? We are going to the beach this summer. So which one of these are? Well, we changed this, so when you click on it, watch what happens. It's going to fade out. Then click here to go back up to the main one. Number 2, locate the noun in the sentence below. Sometimes the children will work quietly. Which is the noun? Click again, and it fades out, and you have the correct answer. Main menu. Number 3, find the proper noun in the sentence, will you get to go to the Magic Kingdom during our break? And the answer is Magic Kingdom. That's the proper noun. And main, go back to number 4. You can see we're always going back to number 4 and choose the 4th one. What is a word that describes a verb called? And the answer is an adverb. And we go back to the main one. Okay, I'm going to stop this, and then let's break down the first slide so we can see exactly, well, before we do that, the main slide, and see exactly how that comes about. All we did was type in our question here, what it was, lesson on language arts. Now, lesson on language arts, I went to insert word art, and I just simply typed that in. Then you can change the color very easily by clicking on the color button. Okay, I made these white because we have a blue background, and if you have a blue background, by clicking here you must change the color of the numbers so they're easy to see. And I decided to use yellow here and yellow here. Okay, don't look at the lines underneath yet, because I'm going to show you how we did that. Okay, now let's go to the first question. Now you'll notice I placed a box around here, and you can do the same thing. And inside the box I typed in, with my text, I typed in 24, bold, italic. I typed in the questions, and I typed in 4 answers. Then I had, let me move this over, then I went down here, and again with word or text insert, I typed in the answer. Now, I grabbed this box and I placed it on top of it. Okay? Now you can make it any color you want, but I'm going to click on Insert, Animation, and when I do that, this box that we have highlighted here, you can pick by choosing any one of these what you want. We're going to say fade out on click. Okay? So I hit play so you can test it, and when I click on it, watch what happens. It's going to fade out. It's exactly what we want. Okay, I'm going to click on stop. Now, to put these two together, you'll notice we have a circle I created, and I typed in the word main menu. But we want to have those grouped together. To group them together, I type those in. I'm going to highlight them. Okay, and I'm going to go to Arrange. Now, since they're grouped together, you can see the group is whited out, so I can ungroup it and group it back again if I wanted to. But if they weren't grouped, we would have the ability to click right here, which says group. Hopefully that makes sense. Now, what you want to do with the first one, after you highlight it, right, you want to link it to the main menu. Let me show you what I mean. Okay, I'm going to click on the wording, right? I'm going to click on the link, and I'm going to click the X here which says previous slide, because we don't want that, and I'm going to scroll down to first slide. Now if you look, the first slide is the main menu. So I click on the first slide and I hit apply. So now it will go to the first slide. To prove that, I'm going to go to view and present it, and watch what happens when I click here. See, it goes back to the first slide. Okay. Now, what we want to do is link this number to the second slide, slide number 2. So I'm simply going to highlight it. Oops. Okay. Click on link, slide in this presentation, and we want to click on slide number 2. Because remember, slide 1 is the main slide, the blue one, and so we click on slide 2. Okay, and we hit apply. Now, let's run this, okay, so you can see what we're talking about. View, and we'll present it. So I'm going to click on slide 1, and it went to the first slide. Now remember, this one goes back. So we can go back and forth as many times as we want, but you understand how that works. Okay, I'm going to hit my escape key. Now, what I would do is after I copied those, this slide, and this one, this one, this one, I would, on slide number 1, I would just simply highlight this and hit Command-C to copy, if you're on a Mac, and come down here and Command-V to paste it, and paste it, and paste it. This way you only have to link it one time. Okay, hopefully that made sense. Okay, let me show you this again. Here's the slide. Remember, we went up here to Insert, Shape, and I had chosen any one of these shapes here. Here, I'll make this one here. Okay, and let me get rid of this. I'm going to grab it. Whoops. I'm going to grab it and slide it over. And then I want to go to Insert, Animation, and I wanted to click here, the down arrow here, and I want it to fade out. Alright, and I'm going to click on play, and I click on this and it fades out. It's that easy. And then I'm going to hit stop. Don't worry about the speed. Leave the speed at whatever it stops at. You want it to fade out rather quick. So I hit stop. Okay, so basically that's it. This is, remember we said we're going to do step by step. So this is a very simple, straightforward, non-linear, interactive presentation with slides. I didn't want to prolong the video, So you do understand that whatever you do to slide number 2, you will repeat the 3, 4, and obviously slide number 5. Okay? So it's exactly the same thing. So once you've done one, you can do the other ones really easy. Well, thank you again for watching our video.